Hi, everybody. This is Eric Seropian from This Is My South Bay. And today I have Adam Lopez from Coast One Tax Group.
Hello.
Recently, I met up with the good people over at Coast One Tax Group and thought the subject would be of interest to a lot of people out there. And they're helping tons of people with their tax situations. And so I wanted to just have a conversation with Adam and see if this is something that people would need to call and ask questions, or if they could help on any level. So I wanted to kind of get to know Adam. Adam, how did you get into this?
Oh, like a lot of things, you answer an ad and you kind of get placed and kind of take off from there. I knew that doing this type of work, helping people with taxes, required an accounting background, which is what I had. So jumping into it wasn't all that difficult. I mean, there are a lot of regulations and programs the IRS has, but it doesn't take a ton of training at first to get started. And yeah, about 6 years ago, just kind of I got my feet wet, and now I'm fully in it.
For 6 years, you've been doing this. Wow. So
that's right.
Tell me a little bit about Coast One.
Well, Coast One's a small company, but we've got a large reach around the nation. We help clients in all 50 states. On top of being able to help them, we help folks with their tax issues specifically. We want to help people get out of, garnishments, levies, liens, all that stuff. It's very complicated stuff, and a lot of folks are pretty nervous when dealing with this on their own.
Of course.
Someone they want some type of professional who's going to make sure that they're getting the best resolution to their issue possible and make sure their rights are observed.
How long has Coast One been in business?
About 5 years, but we've collectively in this company, we have people who've been doing it for almost 20. So we all have a ton of experience here, and that's what makes Coast One it's what makes us stand out and last much longer than most of these companies that'll pop up to help people with their tax issues.
Okay. When I saw the company name, Coast One Tax Group, I assumed that the specialty is in the realm of taxes. So can you give me kind of a idea what kind of taxes, or is it just across the board, whatever problems you have with the IRS your company helps with?
Yeah, I mean, IRS and state agencies normally deal with income tax. So people who owe on their tax returns will come to us. People who haven't filed in several years will come to us. Audited, people who've been audited, who have gone through that whole process. They now owe tens of thousands of dollars and have no way to pay it back, or they have a limited ability to pay it back and want that help. The typical person is just, your average Joe who had a really good year and couldn't be able to pay the taxes, or they received an inheritance, didn't know it was taxable. There are people who received certain type of income and didn't know it was taxable, or people who had to pull from their retirement because they were down on financially. They were on hard times and they had to pull out, so they didn't know that was taxable. Then they get hit with a huge bill. It's typically what we see.
So let's say somebody has a tax that comes in, it was unexpected, or they're unable to pay it. They contact you, and then
That's right.
At that point, is it how do you charge? Is it based on a settlement? Is it based on an hourly fee? How does your company generally work?
Yeah, we charge a one-time fee for our work. What we do is a free consultation where we'll go over what the issues are, and we really want to talk to you and see what specifically you owe. There are some folks that owe certain types of liability that aren't taxes that we aren't able to help here. So we do a screening process as well. We don't take on every case because there are some cases that are not too beneficial for the taxpayer to pay us. For example, if someone owes $5,000 and we charge them $2,500, it wouldn't be in their best interest because half of that money would come to us. We'd tell them, it'd be best to use that money to pay them down, and then make installments for the rest. So most of our clients is a one-time fee that we will use to guarantee a resolution. Now, we strive to save our clients the most money possible, and there are tons of ways to do it, especially the settlement programs.
Okay. Laws are changing all the time. Tell me about a new law that a potential client of yours would benefit from.
Well, there are actually state amnesty programs that come out every few months where one state will say, okay, well, we're willing to knock out all of the penalties and half the interest if you're able to pay your tax by this date. So what we do when we have clients in these areas is we reach out to them immediately and say, look, here is a fantastic option for you. This amnesty program, here's your deadline. We called, here's what you would have to pay. Do you think this is possible? You know, that type of stuff pops up all the time, and our clients benefit from that.
I think that at worst, you're going to be a sounding board when they come in or call in to kind of share their problem with you. And I think at best, that you're going to save people a lot of money in a situation where most people don't know what they're doing when they're dealing with such a big government agency.
That's right. And a ton of the money that we save clients is from assessments that either the state or IRS did for them without them even knowing. You know, I've had clients who didn't file for a few years, who are afraid of filing, but the IRS or state did it for them. And now they owe tens of thousands of dollars and they think that they owe it. Well, we know that there are ways to get that reduced and make sure that the amount that you actually owe is your fair share and nothing more than that.
Perfect. So how do people get in touch with you?
Well, we have a website, coast1taxgroup.com. And then our phone number here is 877-772-4288.
Perfect. They have your phone number. They have your website address. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Adam?
The people that we end up getting settlements for, they average 92% off of their liability. It's because the amount of money that people are able to come up with or the assets that they have is very, very little. So that's significant as well.
So if somebody owes $100, you're going to save them $92. They're going to basically pay $8.
Yeah, that's what our average settlement is. Yeah, the percentage.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, thank you, Adam, for talking with us. And hopefully if any of our followers are interested in this, if they have someone that is going through this hardship, they will give you a call.
Yeah, that's right. And I just want to say we're willing to help, everybody and anybody. If your case is too small, and something that we think is, good for you to take on your own, then we'll let you know. But if you're looking for some help and want some insight and want to make sure that, the government is kind of at bay and making sure they're not taking advantage of the situation, give us a call.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Thanks, everybody.